Good evening, folks, and welcome to Torbert Allen Field here in Lafayette, Alabama. Tonight we're bringing you the Chambers Academy Rebels versus the Crenshaw Christian Academy Cougars here senior night for the Chambers Academy Rebels. So we're going to have a early start to the broadcast. 6:15, they're going to start with Calvin Milford doing the PA announcements over the mic, so we're going to tune into that. But I just wanted to come on and let everybody know what we got staged for this evening. So temperatures are in the low 50s and on and off rain, so it's going to be probably a muddy track tonight, but should be a good time with the Crenshaw Christian Academy Cougars coming up from Luverne, and should be a good matchup from last year. So we are going to bring you the senior festivities starting at 6:15, and while we're at it, we'd like to thank tonight's game sponsor, which is Lafayette Heights Baptist Church. Lafayette Heights extends an invite to everyone to worship with us at any of our regular scheduled services. Our Sunday schedule begins with Sunday school at 9:30 a.m., and our morning worship starts at 10:45. On Sunday evening, our Awareness clubs and discipleship groups meet at 5 p.m., with the evening worship services following at 6. On Wednesday, Team Kids, Youth Group, and Prayer Meeting all start at 6:30. We hope to see you soon. Thank you, Lafayette Heights, for sponsoring tonight's game. So we're going to hang tight here and keep you guys in the loop of what's going on here at senior night from Torbert Allen Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me have your attention. If you are a senior parent, please make your way to the sidelines and see Ms. Milford. Senior parents, please begin to make your way to the sidelines at this time.
It's going to be a tough night. I shot Roscoe. Very good.
Donna just put a seat in there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please. This will be our special senior night ceremony. Largest senior night we've ever had here at Chambers Academy in 51 years. And we start off with senior Bailey Allen. Bailey is the daughter of Clint and Jennifer Allen. Bailey has attended Chambers since K3. She's cheered for 6 years on junior varsity and varsity, serving as co-captain her 8th and 11th grade years and captain her 9th grade year. Before that, she was a Rebelette and a CA girl. She's a 6-time UCA All-American. Bailey's also a member of our volleyball, basketball, and softball teams. She's the yearbook co-editor, involved in SGA, received the Don McGinney Award, and is also in Beatty Club. Bailey plans to study radiology after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bailey Allen. Our next senior is Claire Allen. Claire is the daughter of Coach Jason Allen and Mindy Allen. Claire has attended Chambers since kindergarten. She has cheered for 6 years on junior varsity and varsity, serving as co-captain her 9th grade year and captain of this year's squad. In elementary, she was a Rebelette and CA girl. She's a 5-time UCA All-American and will cheer this year on the AISA cheer squad. Claire is also a member of our volleyball and basketball teams. She's the senior class secretary, involved in FCA and also in Beta Club. Claire plans to study graphics and design after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Claire Allen. Next is number 7, Benquavius Banks. Ben is the son of Allison Banks Trimble and Lydell Trimble. Ben came to Chambers this year from Valley. This is his first year of football, and he's enjoyed and contributed a good bit to this year's team. Ben also plans to play basketball this year. We're glad to have him as part of our CA family. He plans to attend Troy University for biology once he graduates. Mr. Benquavius Banks. Next is number 11, Jarquez Banks. He's the son of Zay and Chanel Banks. Jarquez has been a Rebel for 2 years. He's played football many years prior to Chambers, however. Jarquez also plays basketball for the Rebels. He's a member of our Beta Club and plans to attend school for kinesiology after graduating. Ladies and gentlemen, Jarquez Banks. Next, number 13, Jordan Benbrook, son of Brandy and Brandon Yarbrough. Jordan has been playing football his whole life, but has been part of the Rebel football team for 3 years. He came to Chambers as a sophomore. He also plays baseball for the Rebels. Jordan is one of our cheerleader sweethearts this year. and was selected as the 2021 Auburn Opelika News Player of the Week. He's made many all-area teams, and he was last year's running back of the year. Jordan hopes to pursue his football career after high school and obtain a degree in a sports management. Mr. Jordan Benbrook. Next, number 14, Hunter Burdett. Hunter is the son of Stephen and Crystal Burdett. Hunter came to Chambers as a junior and played football for both of those years. He's played football many years before coming to Chambers as well. He's won several defensive awards and is cheerleader sweetheart this year. Hunter's a member of our Student Government Association, and he plans to go into welding and mechanics after he graduates. Mr. Hunter Burdett. Next is number 55, Zachary Balsma. He's the son of Wade and Donna Balsma. Zach's been a member of our football team for many years. He's played for a total of 9 years. He came to Chambers in the 9th grade. He plans to go into construction after high school. Mr. Zach Balsma. Next is number 52, Wyatt Kane. Wyatt is the son of Thad and Mandy Kane. He's attended Chambers his whole life since his daycare days. Wyatt is this year's class vice president. He was also elected today as Mr. CA. He's played football since his Pee-wee days, and he will end his high school career and go into his family logging business. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Chop going to be able to do something today. Mr. Wyatt Kane. Next is number 12, Cross Collie. They told me to swap y'all, so that's what I'm doing. Cross is the son of Ricky and Cynthia Barnes. Cross came to Chambers in the 11th grade and plays football, basketball, and baseball as a Rebel. He's played football for a total of 6 years, 2 of which have been at Chambers. He was his class vice president last year and has won several defensive MVP awards. Cross plans to attend college to become a PE teacher so he can coach and mentor young athletes. Mr. Cross Collie. Next is number 24, Ashton Chambers. Ashton is the son of Kara Chambers and Travis and Lauren Chambers. He's attended Chambers since 10th grade. Ashton is also a member of the baseball team. He's played football most of his life in all 3 years that he's been at Chambers. Ashton plans to attend college for graphic design. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ashton Chambers. Next is number 6, Jeremy Conway, better known as Spud. Spud is the son of Lauren and Travis Chambers. He came to Chambers last year as a junior. He's played football his whole life, 2 of which is a Rebel. Spud also plays basketball and baseball for Chambers. He's been nominated a few times as Player of the Week, and he did win Player of the Week one time in 2020. He plans to hopefully pursue his baseball career after graduating and ultimately work in an electric company. Mr. Jeremy Spud Conway. Number 18, Rodney Cook. Rodney is the son of Rodney Cook Sr. He came to Chambers as a sophomore, and he's played football since his Pee-wee days. All 3 years that he's been at Chambers, he has played for the Rebels. He's also part of our fishing team. Rodney plans to go into the workforce after graduation. Mr. Rodney Cook. Number 58, Nick Ford. Nick is the son of Lynn Broom and Jonathan and Stephanie Ford. He's attended Chambers since preschool. He played football since his Pee-wee days, and he plans to attend college for graphic design after high school. Mr. Nick Ford. Our next thing is a cheerleader, Miss Lindsay Fuller. Lindsay is the daughter of Jody and Brandy Fuller. She's cheered for 6 years on junior varsity and varsity and was previously a Rebelette and a CA girl. Lindsay is also a member of the volleyball, basketball, and softball teams. Lindsay is UCA All-American. She's a member of the Beta Club and is active in our FCA. She plans to major in physical therapy and attend Southern Union next year. Miss Lindsay Fuller. Next is number 2, Joseph Hendricks, better known as JoJo. JoJo is the son of Jeff and Heather Hendricks. He's attended Chambers since the 7th grade. He's been playing football for 6 years. He's a member of also our baseball team. JoJo's won Player of the Week this year with Opelika Auburn U's. He plans to attend college after high school, hopefully for baseball, and ultimately to become a lineman. Mr. JoJo Hendricks. Number 8, Hayden Hurst. Hayden is the son of Adam and Kelly Hurst. Hayden has attended Chambers since K3. He's played football since his Pee-wee days. Hayden plans to attend Southern Union for heating and air beginning next semester as a dual enrollment student. Mr. Hayden Hurst. Number 35, Caleb Jones. Caleb is the grandson of Jimmy and Cindy Jones. He came to Chambers in the 9th grade. He's played football for 3 years at Chambers and also plays basketball for the Rebels. He plans to work in the mechanic field after graduation. Mr. Caleb Jones. Next is the cheerleader, Kaylin Keebler, daughter of Carrie and Johnny Wood. She's cheered for 5 years on the CA squads and was a Rebelette and CA girl prior to that. She's a UCA All-American and will also cheer on the AISA All-Star squad this year. Kaylin has been at Chambers since the infant room at daycare. She was our class president last year and plans to attend Southern Union for a business degree. Miss Kaylin Keebler. Number 56, Hunter Knox. Hunter is the son of Jimmy Knox and Summer and Matt Humphrey. Hunter came to Chambers in the 4th grade. He's played football ever since as Pee Wee, junior varsity, and varsity players. Hunter was on both of our state championship teams. He plans to attend either Lincoln Tech in Nashville or join on with Caterpillar after graduation to learn to work on diesel mechanics and large automotives. Mr. Hunter Knox. Next is another one of our cheerleaders, Miss Natalie Lovelace. Natalie is the daughter of Tony and Tanya Lovelace. She's cheered for 5 years on the Chamber squads and was a Rebelette and CA girl prior to that. She's a 2-time UCA All-American and this year's co-captain. She also received a Pennant Forward Award at cheer camp this year. Natalie also plays volleyball, basketball, and softball for the Rebels. She's the senior class president and active in the Beta Club. She plans to attend Troy for a secondary education degree. Miss Natalie Lovelace. Number 57, Mr. Braden Munkus. Braden is the son of Lindsey Munkus and Brandon Munkus. Braden came to Chambers in the 10th grade. He's played football for 6 years, 3 of which are as a Rebel. Braden is a big part of our defense, and he plans to attend college for a business or an engineering degree after high school. Mr. Braden Munkus. Number 64, Mr. Jeremy Pollard. Son of Lena and Bobby Smith and Terry Pollard. He came to Chambers in the 9th grade and has played football 3 of those years. Jeremy has spent most of his year sidelined due to shoulder surgery, but he's been there every step of the way to support the team. He also plays baseball as a Rebel and has plans to attend Southern Union after graduation. Mr. Jeremy Pollard. Number 54, John Ramirez. John is the son of Faustino and Carmela Ramirez. He's been at Chambers since the 6th grade. He's played a total of 5 years on the football team. He's also previously played basketball. He was our boys state representative and has plans to obtain a degree in computer science upon graduating from Chambers. Mr. John Ramirez. Cheerleader, Miss Maddie Reese. Maddie is the daughter of Buster and Carrie Reese. She's cheered for 4 years at Chambers and was a Rebelette and CA girl prior to that. Maddie's been at Chambers since her daycare days. She's a UCA All-American for cheer. Maddie also plays volleyball, basketball, and softball for the Rebels. She's SGA Vice President, yearbook co-editor, and is in the Beta Club. She plans to attend Auburn University after graduation. Miss Maddie Reese. Number 1, Tyrone Trammell, known as T.Y., son of Fred and Matrina Trammell. T.Y. has been a Rebel for 2 years. He plays football and basketball as a Rebel. He's played football for a total of 9 years. T.Y. was MVP and Offensive Player of the Year last year. Prior to the season, he was selected as one of the Super 8 seniors for this area. He placed in the top of several state statistic leaderboards for the 2020 season, both private and public schools. He's also in our Beta Club and plans to pursue his football career in college and ultimately become a medical doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. T.Y. Trammell. And last but not least, number 16, John White. John is the son of Joel and Claudia White. John has been at Chambers for 2 years. He's played football most of his life, and both years that he's been here as a Rebel. He's also on our baseball team. John is in Honor Society and plans to become a lineman after high school. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John White. Now, would you please give one final round of applause to the class of 2022.
All right, y'all head on up and let's get up here to the Rebel Grill and grab you something to eat. We've got about 26 minutes left until kickoff, so
You are looking live at Torbert Allen Field on the campus of Chambers Academy for this final regular season game of the 2021 season, as the defending 2A champions Chambers Academy Rebels host the defending 1A champions Crenshaw Christian Academy Cougars. This was a game played in Luverne last year, and the return visit this year by the Cougars. It is a brisk, cool autumn night here. There's been some rain, but the rain is holding off, and looks like we're going to have maybe a little bit of a wet field, but a dry atmosphere to play some football. You are watching us here on our Chambers Academy Sports Live channel here on YouTube. I'm Calvin Milford, here with my broadcast partner, Mr. Chester Carter.
Hey, thank you, Calvin. It should be a great evening of football here. Great football weather, a little bit of rain and cool temperatures. So cool that some folks have brought some portable heaters out to the stands. And as the crowd continues to fill in here at Torbert Allen Field, we should be getting ready for a good matchup here on senior night. Had a great presentation just a bit ago that you can always replay back on YouTube if you like. The seniors getting honored this evening. How many seniors did we honor this evening?
Between 25 and 30. I'd have to go back and count for sure. It's the biggest senior night we've ever had here in 51 years. So
we noticed it stretched from the 10-yard line all the way down to the far 20-yard line.
Yep.
It's the most I've ever seen. So great class.
70 yards worth of kids.
That's right. And their families as well. So we're glad they got to come out. And we also have some great highlights from last year's game with Chambers Academy Rebels and the Crenshaw Christian Academy down in Luverne, and Dave is going to go ahead and play that right now.
Y'all enjoy.
Who's ready to watch some football?
It was a late October evening, and the last game of the 2020 regular season came around. The 8-1 Chambers Rebels traveled down to Luverne to take on the 6-2 Crenshaw Academy Cougars.
All right. Well, they will be out here in about.
Jarquez Banks gets it started early for the Rebels and stops the Crenshaws on an early drive with a fumble recovery. Peyton Allen hits John White on a 10-yard slant for the first Rebel score. Jarquez Banks and John White team up for another Crenshaw quarterback sack. Peyton Allen shows his athleticism and scrambles around the field to buy some time so he can hit senior Josh Holliday for a 35-yard touchdown pass. Peyton Allen scrambles for 20 yards to keep the Rebel drive alive against Crenshaw early in the second quarter. Jordan Benbrook plows right up the middle for a 20-yard touchdown run. Senior Jake Higgins forces the quarterback out of the pocket, and senior Cade Tarver finishes him off for a sack. Jordan Benbrook runs for another 20-yard scamper to set up another Rebel touchdown. The second half gets underway with some fireworks from T.Y. Trammell. He takes the ball from the 20 and works his way through the middle of the field and runs for 60 yards to set up another Rebel touchdown. Junior Jordan Benbrook piles on 27 more yards to an amazing night to set up another Rebel touchdown.
As the regular season comes to a close, these two teams would neither one lose a game until they both won state championships. But on this night, it was the Rebels with a 43-22 victory over the Cougars. And we hope you enjoyed those highlights. They were a small indication of all the action that took place down there last year. I remember that game well because we got down there and we could not broadcast live. Had to record it and play it, let you folks watch it the next morning because they had a terrible storm down there and all of their cell towers had been damaged. So it was an interesting trip. Little did we know, Chester, when we were down there, that neither team would lose another game last year. Both of them went on to win state championships in their classification, and both are poised to return to the playoffs to try to defend those championships. Chambers, of course, is region champ, And Crenshaw came in second by virtue of a loss to Lowndes about midway through the season. The Cougars come in at 6-2. The Rebels are 8-1. This is the 24th game between the Cougars and the Rebels. The most famous, of course, being the 2018 state championship game won by Chambers 22-12 to give Chambers its first state championship in football in school history. Chambers has won 10 of the previous 23, and Crenshaw has won 13. Chambers has won 6 in a row in this series, following a stretch where Crenshaw won 8 out of 9. So it's been kind of a streaky series, and the Cougars are taking the field wearing the blue pants and the road white jerseys with blue numbers. We're about 12 minutes from kickoff, and Chester, hard to believe a season goes by as fast as it does.
It does. It just seems like yesterday we were getting ready to get this set up here for the Lee Scott game at the beginning of the season, and this is the last regular season game of this season. It's amazing. You blink and it goes right by, but we've had a blast so far this year covering the Rebels and bringing them to you. And we want to thank, we got some moments here to thank all of our sponsors throughout the year for sponsoring Rebel football, and it's greatly appreciated by everyone here. So
sure is. It helps us bring you these high-quality productions.
Yes, it does, and it's just it's a pleasure to bring this to everyone, and keep it for memories down the road. So we're looking for a good game tonight. Like you said earlier, there's another sprinkle coming through, so that's going to be going on and off all night. But it's a very crisp evening, and so if you couldn't make it down to the game and want to stay at home, I'm glad you tuned us in. And we're going to be bringing you all the action here. But there were quite a few folks who braved out the weather to come down tonight. And
kind of a late-arriving crowd. I think they sat out in their cars and watched senior night on their smartphones, and then decided to come on in when the game started. So we're glad to provide any kind of service we can to you folks as you want to watch what goes on here at Chambers.
Yep, smart move to probably sit out there and enjoy that heater just a couple more minutes before they come into the game. But we should be having a fun evening tonight. Senior night's always a good time, and so we're going to be taking care of you tonight. So just get you something good to eat and warm to drink, and we'll bring the game to you.
You're looking at all the seniors lined up on the sideline. The seniors who will go out for the coin toss will be number 13, Jordan Benbrook, 14, Hunter Burdette, number 1, T.Y. Trammell, and number 24, Ashton Chambers. They will represent their class. It's going to be an interesting year next year, Chester. A lot of new names, a lot of new faces as these kids all graduate, over 20 of them. Way over half the football team are seniors, so it's going to the faces of Rebel football will change. Some of the names you've been hearing us call 2 or 3 years will move into the annals of Chambers Rebel history.
Yeah, but those juniors and sophomores coming up are ready to take their spot in Rebel football history and make a name for themselves, and we know that they will. So
I think one of the most exciting things that happened this week, 2 exciting things happened this week. One, the last Saturday, the Pee Wee team won the equivalent of a state championship at the Pee Wee Bowl down at Lowndes, so that means the future is bright for Rebel football. And our volleyball team came in second in the state, played for a state championship for the 3rd year in a row and came in second. There they are on the screen. Congratulations to Coach Randy Bonds and Coach David Howard, our boss,
yeah,
on the run through the playoffs. They got up 2-1 in that championship series and couldn't quite hang on. Edgewood has been sort of thorning our volleyball sides for 3 years now. And we congratulate Edgewood on winning and Chambers on finishing second. I think that's what Moose was just talking about. I hear the crowd clapping.
It was a great game, and it's on our YouTube Chambers Academy Sports Live page, so if you want to go back and watch it. It was a great performance by the Lady Rebels. We're very proud of them. And I know that next year, David and Randy will have the squad ready to go and run for another championship. So we appreciate all the work they do with those young ladies.
Serving as captains for Crenshaw is number 56, Sean Thomas, number 60, Cam Mothershed, and number 60.
Had 26 seniors. I just went back and counted cheerleaders and players. There were 26 of them, so there's 41 in the senior class, so almost 75% of them involved in the football program. A lot of the others involved in either volleyball, basketball, softball, baseball, or Beta Club, Scholars Bowl, SGA, any amount of things that we offer here at Chambers.
Didn't the Scholar Bowl team go to Southern Union this past weekend?
They did. They finished second. So we had 3 big events. Didn't mean to leave that out. They finished second in a tournament and up at Southern Union. So a lot of good things here at Chambers. If you folks are watching and you didn't go here or don't have a child here, but you've got a child and you're looking for a good place for an education, give us a look. Mr. John Owens is our headmaster, and my daughter Emily Milford is the admissions director and counselor and cheer coach, and her father's keeper. And so
we appreciate all the staff here at Chambers Academy. They do such a fine job with the students, and we're just glad that they are here to help out, and the volunteers are amazing, and we are just proud to be a part of this community.
Fisher was pointing out something about Jordan Biddenbrook's uniform that he felt like needed to be attended to. I guess that's probably going to be a minor thing that they'll work on before kickoff. Seemed to be something to do with his pink socks. I don't know. Don't forget, next week we'll be at home with our first round playoff game as we host Wilcox. Wilcox has been here a number of times in the last 6 or 7 years for a playoff game, and we managed to be victorious. One time, I remember back in the 90s, they came here and they beat us 10-7. It was one of those games where you felt like the whole game, Chester, you were going to win it, but never could get over the hump, and they ended up with a 10-7 victory here. So a little bit of playoff history between Wilcox and Chambers. Not much regular season history. And the coin toss has been completed. Looks like Crenshaw won the toss, and they will receive. So the Rebels will get the ball first in the second half, which is typically Coach Allen's preference. He hasn't been able to exercise that preference much this year. Seems like we've always been kicking off in the second half, but we will get the ball in the second half. So let's get out here and get a lead and get the ball in the second half.
Let's do it.
Crenshaw, of course, 6-2, as I said. They had a forfeiture to Pike, so that would be a 1-0 loss, I guess, and then they lost to Lowndes. So I guess you could say both these teams lost to Pike in one fashion or another. Chambers, of course, did beat Lowndes, but as Coach Allen said in our interview Wednesday night, that was in the early part of the season when Lowndes had not really found itself as a team, so they have now done that, and here come the Rebels. Rebels decked out in all blue with what we called last year the legacy helmets, with white, gray, and blue, representing all colors of helmets that Chambers has had over 50 years. And we will pause for prayer and the national anthem.
All right, and we're going to have our prayer tonight given by one of our seniors, Miss Natalie Lovelace.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we just thank you for this beautiful night, and we thank you for all the wonderful seniors that make up our school, both on and off the field, Lord. And we're most grateful for all the people that make up this wonderful CA family. We just pray you be with both of the football teams as they play tonight, keep them safe, and let them play to the best of their abilities, Lord. We pray we do all things to glorify you, and that you give us safe travels home. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now remain standing as Miss Lorraine Jackson will lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam?
right, y'all, it's kickoff time. You came out to support the Rebels on the coldest night of the year and the wettest night of the year.
And the usual nice job by LeRae Jackson singing the national anthem, and a big shout out to David Howard for his videography there of Old Glory waving in the breeze.
Yeah, beautiful shot there, David. Thank you.
And week 10 about to kick off.
Number 1, Cameron Christian. Number 2, Jake.
We do not seem to have a football. And Jeremy Conway will bring the ball out. I don't know if that was ceremonial or not, Chester, but oh, and Caden Haley's on the sideline, so somebody else, Jeremy Conway, is going to kick off. I guess that's why I took the ball out there.
Conway gets the kickoff down to about the 25-yard line, taken by the Cougars, and met quickly by number 8, Hayden Hurst, at the 30-yard line.
Along with Hunter Harmon, Coon Dog.
Number 80, Hayden Worthington on the return.
And 35, Chester, whoever that is. We should know that by now, but
Caleb Jones.
Senior.
Number 8, Hayden Hurst.
And the Cougars will start 1st and 10 on their own 29.
That would be a Coon Dog.
Cougars start under center. Pitch out and met in the backfield by number 24. That's Ashton Chambers.
And Hunter Burdett, number 14. And Cross Collie.
That's about a 3-yard loss on the play.
Good way to start. Well, gets a good spot. Makes it a
3,
2-yard loss.
2-yard loss.
McKinnon on the carry.
So 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars.
He'll lose about 3 yards on the play. Tackle made by several Rebel defenders. Brings up 2nd down and 13.
Well, scoreboard says 12. I tend to think that may be more accurate. Line to gain is the 39.
Quick pitch to number 3, McKinnon. Met by a host of Rebels quickly.
Jarquez Banks, Hunter Burdett,
McKinnon
Cross
on the
Collie
carry
once again.
Yep, and Zach Bousman was involved in that as well.
21, Gavin Kite.
Cougars in a passing situation. I don't know much about their offense. And we didn't really talk to Coach Allen about what type of offense that they ran. He was very complimentary of their coach, Coach Grant.
Now, let's get loud, y'all.
Said the only state championship game Coach Grant had ever lost was in 2018 to us. We told him we sure were proud that was the one he picked to lose.
Another pitch to McKinnon off the left side, trying to find the edge. Got a little running room. Picks up about 5 on the play.
T.Y. Trammell took him down.
Going to bring up 4th down for the Cougars.
Chester, I remember talking about this last year, and it's pretty much the same situation this year. This is one of those games where you can kind of have a little fun and maybe do some things you wouldn't do in a playoff game, because neither of these teams are in the same class, and they are both qualified for the playoffs, and this won't impact playoff seeding at all. It's probably one reason you saw Jeremy Conway kick off, just trying a few things.
Yep, to get tuned up and ready for the playoffs.
There's someone in formation.
Along with number 16, John White.
Number 16, John White, and Spud Conway are back deep for the Rebels. Cougars get the punt off, and it takes a Cougar bounce down to the 31-yard line, where the Rebels will start their first offensive series of the game.
Landed right dead on the 30. Well, now they moved to the 31. About a 40-yard kick. Yeah, I've got the same problem. First and 10, Chambers.
And the Rebels are taking the field, led by senior JoJo Hendricks at quarterback. Hendricks drops back and hits Conway coming out of the backfield, and it's got some running room. Going up the left side and is forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line of the Cougars. Nice pickup on first down for the Rebels.
Great job of Conway in splitting the defenders there and picking up a major yardage into Cougar territory.
Hand off to Jordan Benbrook off the right side, and he picks up about 6 on the play.
Jordan Benbrook on the carry.
Just I know all Rebel fans remember the game Benbrook had down at Luverne last year. He was
unstoppable.
A man among boys at that point in time. He had way over 200 yards.
Hand off
T.Y.
T.Y. And he's turning the Jets on, going down the right side. Look at him go. Touchdown, Rebels.
We don't have any flags. So Chambers will start the game off with the lead.
Yep. And a Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown.
3-play drive, covers 69 yards. And Haley will attempt the extra point. Let know Haley wasn't injured, just a move by Coach Allen to give a senior a moment. And we got a stoppage in play. And a flag. And
flag on the play.
When he quits waving his arms, he'll tell us what it is. Well, we got our crew chief mic'd up tonight. That's good. We'll probably decline that penalty unless he wants to try to go for 2. I guess we did decline it because they moved it in, they moved it back out. That looked a little funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we know why they moved it back out.
Hendricks gets the snap down, and the
Nice
kick is up, and it is good. Oh.
Well, don't know that I expected that either, Chester. I don't know what was wrong with that one, but
I'm going to check the replay here.
They're down there. They're down there under the post, so we got to give them the snap was a little bit ragged. I guess it went right over the top of the goalpost. Is all I can figure. Snap was a little bit problematic, but it looked like it was pretty well handled and set down by JoJo.
Well, that puts the Rebels up 6-0 early here in the first against the Cougars from Luverne.
You know, Chester, it always interests me how rare a field goal is for the most part in a high school football game, and how even an extra point is a risky situation. Then you get in college and they never miss extra points, or hardly ever.
Yeah.
And they kick these 50-yard field goals, and you think, well, where were these kids at in high school?
Exactly. I think they were on the soccer field.
Yeah, it must have been, because, you know, you look. Of course, I'm sure in some bigger high schools you can kick those 50-yard field goals, but the high school football most people watch, the extra point is usually a moment of some trepidation. Conway kicks off again.
It's a great kick down to.
Well, they let it go between them. That's not going to work out too well.
Picked up at the 10, and Hunter Burdette is the first Rebel down there and makes the tackle, and they'll start the drive off at about the 15. Yeah, I think that was, you got that ball. I don't have it, and both of them walked away from it.
Yeah, it just went right between them.
Burdette on the tackle. Ball will be marked at the 15-yard line. First down, Crenshaw.
The Rebel defense looked very stout on that first drive. See if they can repeat that here on their second defensive stand. Pitch to number 3, McKinnon. Met at the line and finished off.
Going to be Hunter Knox.
McKinnon on the carry for Crenshaw.
Yeah, that was Hunter Knox.
Yeah,
Monkus.
Yeah, 56.
57, Braden Monkus.
Monkus and
Both
Knox.
in on the tackle.
Pickup of about 1 on the play.
Maybe a yard and a half gain on the play. Second down and 9.
Oh, ball's on the ground, and the Cougars fall right down on it.
It's going to cost him a down.
Looked like a fumble on the play.
Quarterback very alertly fell on it.
Quarterback number 2, Jake Lawrence on the recovery. Brings up
I
third
don't know how
down
many
and 9.
seniors that Crenshaw has because the roster they gave us only has numbers and names. So. Coach Allen told us Wednesday that they graduated 13 last year, so they lost a good bit of their team, and they have rallied to have just 2 losses and qualify for the playoffs. So it can be done.
Third down and 10. Quick handoff off the left side, and not much is happening over there. That stingy Rebel defense is bottling up the Cougars.
Gavin Kite was in on that tackle and cross calling.
By a bunch of Rebels.
And that's going to bring up 4th down.
It's going to bring up 4th
Crenshaw
down and 6.
definitely in a punting situation here because of the yard line. They
John White and Spud Conway are back deep.
Yeah, they're right around midfield. So, in fact, one's on one side of the 50, one on the other side.
Ooh,
Oh, that
punt
was-
off the side of the foot.
I don't think you'll see anybody touch that one. That's just barely went 10 yards. So, in fact, it went 12 yards. And Rebels will be in very good field position at the Crenshaw 32.
He's going to be marked at the 32-yard line.
Chain crew will just have to kind of walk a few steps.
Yeah, the Cougars managed only 4 yards on that last series of offense.
And got about a 4-yard punt.
So the Rebels are in business.
Maybe 7 yards, but it sure wasn't much. Chester don't know what it was about Jordan's uniform. It wasn't the pink socks because he still got them on.
Yeah.
Something the officials noticed. I guess they fixed it.
Hendricks drops back, looks down the right side of the
Oh,
field.
what a pretty pass.
And
Oh, my
right
goodness.
over the outstretched hands
Wow.
of the defender. And John White brings it in for a Rebel touchdown.
You don't see a throw and catch like that in the NFL. That was a spectacular throw and catch.
Touchdown.
Yeah, Hendricks saw that all the way and laid it in perfectly right over the hands of the defender and right in John White's breadbasket for a Rebel touchdown.
Seniors are showing out so far, Chester. Offense and defense.
Haley on for the extra point for the Rebels.
Well,
I'm not going to call it that.
yeah, he's not having a very good night. That one kind of went under the crossbar.
And the extra point is no good.
Well, that is
To
a
go in the opening quarter.
Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown. Ricky Elliott and Associates Insurance is now part of Star Insurance Group with offices in Opelika, Auburn, Montgomery, and Greenville, insuring businesses, homes, farms, and autos in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and North Carolina, supporting Chambers Academy Rebels since 1980. Go Rebels. Thank you, Ricky Elliott.
Number 12, Cross Collie, was pointing up at the scoreboard. Can't help but wonder if it's because it's 12-0. I suspect that had something to do with it.
Well, with 6:01 left to go in the first quarter, the Rebels are up 2 touchdowns.
remember a game last year he had 12 tackles, and I said something about him being number 12 and having 12 tackles. And next week he was going to wear Braden Muncus's number, be number 57. Well, good night so far for the Rebels, and the weather has cleared up spectacularly. And wow, that's another good kick.
Yep. Takes it down to 15, and Cougars bring it out to about the 28-yard line, where they'll set up their next offensive series.
Tackle made by Rebels. Number 14, Hunter Burdett.
Kenny.
Number 22, 3,
Well, here we go, a third series for the Cougars. They're on the 29, which is where they started their first series.
And they bring a new formation out, spreading 2 wide receivers out to each side. Quick handoff right up the middle, and met by about 4 or 5 Rebels right at the line. That's number...
Got Cross Collie, Braden Muncus, and Zach Bilesma.
Yeah. Number 22, Drake Mills, was the running back for the Cougars. Pickup of, they're going to give him a yard on that. 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars.
Braden Muncus. Play picks up a yard, we'll call it. 2nd down and 9.
Handoff off the left side to number 22. That's Drake Mills again.
Number 22, Drake
Met by
Mills
number 14, Hunter Burdett, and Braden Muncus.
Cougars have 6 players on the sideline, so that means they've got 17 dressed out. There's about 23 on the roster, so they must have some folks injured. I remember last year they had a few folks injured that were on sidelines in street clothes.
3rd down and 8 for the Cougars. Cougars are back under center. Quick handoff to McKinnon off the left side. And met by about 3 or 4 Rebels. John White was in there early, as well as Hunter Burdett. Pick up about a yard, bring up 4th down again for the Cougars.
Play picks up maybe a yard or 2, but it's still going to leave a long.
We have called Hunter Burdett's name and number often and early,
Would
early this game.
tend to appear, Chester, that this almost is a strictly running offense by the Cougars, and that doesn't bode well because, as Cross told us a couple of weeks ago, it's really hard to run on this defense.
Yeah.
Back to return for the Rebels.
Conway and White are back deep. A better kick this time.
Yeah, you got to watch that, not let it hit you, but it's going to roll out about the 39. Right at the 40. Yeah, about a 32, 33-yard kick.
Ball's going to be marked at the 40-yard line.
Just let's talk about this week's polls real quick in our athletic website. We had overwhelming victories this week, and that was interesting. The 2015 team, which went 10-3, and lost in a state championship game to Abbeville, and then the 2015 semifinal game against South Choctaw, where the Rebels went down to Toxie, Alabama.
Ben Brook on the handoff, right up the middle, picks up about 3 on the play.
Went down to Toxie, Alabama, and shut out South Choctaw in the second half and pulled out a big 22-19 upset to go down to Troy and take on Abbeville for the second time. 2 of the 3 losses that year were to Abbeville, which had a very good team that year. So those teams in that game were the winners. This week's poll is going to be really interesting because it's going to be the last 5 years, and all 5 of those teams went to a championship game, and 2 of them won. So it's going to be fun to see who wins this poll.
Hendricks hits Trammell on a slant, and big pickup there on second down. He is tackled at the 38-yard line of the Cougars. First down, Rebels.
Crenshaw, 40-yard line. First down, Chambers.
Handoff to Jordan Benbrook. Finds an opening, and he's going up the left side. Got one great block by Conway.
He's picking
and
up
he's
where he
in
left
for
off.
a touchdown, Rebels. Great block by Spud Conway out there on the edge to spring Jordan Benbrook for another Rebel touchdown.
Chester, that was a 3-play drive. We've had a 4-play drive, a 1-play drive, and a 3-play drive. And another senior having a big moment. Jordan is, I think, probably really close to 1,000 yards on the season, so I'm sure they'll try to work on that a little bit tonight. Picked up about 40 of them there.
Yeah, I was looking at Max Preps earlier, and Benbrook is averaging about 120 yards a game.
Does it give his season total?
That's what I was going to look up here.
Don't keep trying this extra point thing till we get it right. I think we got it right that time. Yep.
Hey, it is good.
Haley's extra point is good. With 2:20 to go in the open
So it's
quarter.
19-0.
It is your Chambers Rebels 19.
And we would like to thank our game sponsor tonight. That is Lafayette Heights Baptist Church. Lafayette Heights Baptist Church extends an invitation to everyone to worship with us at any of our regularly scheduled services. Our Sunday schedule begins with Sunday school at 9:30 a.m. and our morning worship service is at 10:45. On Sunday evening, our Awareness clubs and discipleship groups meet at 5 p.m. with evening service followed at 6. On Wednesday, Team Kids, Youth Group, and prayer meetings all start at 6:30. We hope to see you soon. Stop by and see the good folks at Lafayette Heights Baptist Church on Highway 77 North in Lafayette, Alabama.
Getting set to kick off for the Rebels.
Chester, we got David here. You may know the answer. I know he does. But how long's Brother Paul been at Lafayette Heights?
Oh, I hate to guess.
We'll find out after this tackle by Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst met the Cougar at about the 30-yard line and drove him back a couple yards.
And the answer is 34 years.
Number one.
We think. David was on cradle roll back then, so.
Played by number 8, Hayden Hurst.
He's going on what they told him.
Coondog.
Coondog in on that tackle as well. He'll be back with us next year along with Gavin Kite. Got a good group of freshmen coming up from JV.
And some of them. Looks like it's recovered by number 22 for Crenshaw.
Yeah, Gavin Kite had a shot at it and couldn't quite get a handle on it, and 22 got it back. Actually bounced off the quarterback, hit the running back, and he was the one that recovered it.
Yeah. Whoa. Wow.
Sometimes it's better be lucky than good. That
Yeah.
would have been devastating to Crenshaw. Would love to have a turnover way down there.
Rebel defense has not given up a first down yet so far.
You're right. I was just thinking that. About half the AISA is off tonight. As a lot of teams schedule open weeks to get ready for playoffs. Coach Allen always likes to have a game so he can keep the routine going.
Braden Munkus makes that tackle right at the line.
Number 12, Cross Colley, along with number 57, Braden Munkus. Brings up third down and 11.
Of course, the Rebels only have 2 first downs. If you looked at the stats, you'd think this was a defensive struggle. Chambers has 2 first downs and Crenshaw has 0. Unless a touchdown counts as a first down, I don't know the answer to that.
Third down,
Jordan handoff to McKinnon off the left side. He's got some running room over there, and Hunter Burdette drags him down at the 36-yard line. Good catch by Burdett on that.
Yep. Hunter says no first down on my watch.
Benbrook, as of today, on Max Prep has 954 yards.
Well, he may have eclipsed 1,000 because he had 40 on that one play, that one touchdown run, and I know he's had 7 or 8 on some other runs, so he may be over 1,000.
And we're going to take this to the second quarter.
And that's your half. With your score,
No.
not your half, your end of the first quarter. With your score, your Chambers Rebels 19, Crenshaw 0.
And during the quarter break, we will have some advertising.
But yes, this is going to be the Lafayette Heights Youth Group video here. Take a look at this real quick.
Church mother in they church hat clap. Man, that sure gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming, now the drummer finna burst in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close with it.
We'll try to get them in on the next big break.
And we're back with you. First play of quarter number 2 will be a punt by the Cougars.
Oh, Cross Collie got a piece of that.
Yep.
And it's going to go out of bounds at the 46-yard line, looks like.
Chester, that was textbook punt block. He came at that at an angle where he could not possibly have hit the punter and get a penalty, and he got a piece of the ball. But that was absolutely just like you coach them. That's one good thing about these kids and this team, Chester. They're all coachable. You don't have anybody out there that believes they invented the game of football, and they all do well as a team working together. So.
Hendricks drops back and checks off to his second receiver and hits Conway, and he is making some moves down there. And he is wrestled down after enough for a Rebel first down.
Hendricks pass is complete.
Got our third first down.
Bud Conway. That'll be enough.
Some nice moves there by Spud Conway to pick up a first down for the Rebels. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
Number 2, Jake Lawrence on the tackle for Crenshaw.
Hendricks drops back, looks left, then goes right, hits John White, and John White's picking up some blocks downfield, and he's inside the 20 down to the 19, enough for another Rebels first down.
Pass is complete to number 16, John White. Tackle made on the play by number 52, Jacari and Tony. As they move the chains, it's another first down, Chambers.
Hand off to Gavin. Flag on the play. Going for the corner.
Got a major league hold right there.
Yep. That's going to be coming back.
And he goes in for the Chambers touchdown.
If you're going to hold, you might as well get your money's worth.
Yep.
There is a flag on the play.
I think there may be actually 2 penalties on this. There may have been 2 holds. Of course, you only get one hold. One penalty would be enforced, but I think there may have actually been a couple of holds, including one really effective one by Grayson Bonner. Good to see Grayson back out there.
Ball be marked at the 33-yard line.
Other guy on the sideline threw the other home.
Be 1st and 20. I'd be tempted to try that play at Gavin again. It was set up really well.
Hand off to Benbrook off the right side. He's got some blockers going downfield, and he's going down the sidelines and wrestled down at about the 3-yard line. Tackle made by
Didn't see it.
number 1.
I think it would be safe to assume now that he's over 1,000 yards for the season. So congratulations to Jordan Benbrook. Joins the list of 1,000-yard rushers at Chambers Academy.
That was number 1, Cameron Christian on the tackle. Another handoff to Benbrook, looking for some running room, and he gets caught in the backfield.
Looked like he almost threw it to T.Y.
Number 52, Tony on the tackle.
And up goes to number 13, Jordan.
Guess he thought better of it.
Number 52, Jakarian Tony on the tackle for Crenshaw.
Yep, Tony fought off that block and met Benbrook in the backfield for a loss on the play to being up 2nd down and goal. Jordan Benbrook to the left side, and he is in for a touchdown. Untouched.
Made that one look easy.
To number 13, Jordan Benbrook, and he's in for the Chambers touchdown.
That's another Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown.
You know, Chester, the last 2 weeks particularly, the offense has really clicked.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we've reached the status of rolling ball or butcher knives yet, but as Coach Allen said, last year's team did. But
for the extra point.
It's a good time to come together.
Oh yeah, can't pick a better time to.
Haley gets the kick up, and it looks like it's inside the upright, and it is.
And the extra point is good with 9:42 to go.
And that's another Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown. Ricky Elliott and Associates Insurance is now a part of Star Insurance Group with offices in Opelika, Auburn, Montgomery, and Greenville, insuring businesses, homes, farms, and autos in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and North Carolina, supporting Chambers Academy Rebels since 1980. Go Rebels. Thank you, Ricky Elliott.
Chester, there's a really good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, they must have waited right to 7 to
Yeah, I
come
told
in.
you they were sitting in their cars.
Yes, it is. I see everyone's crowded around that one group of folks with the portable heater in the front row.
Most popular person here.
That's right. They came prepared.
Chicken finger plates with French fries, cold drinks, and don't forget to go over and see our junior table. They're raffling.
Based on Max Preps, you were saying?
Oh, yeah, based on Max Preps there are,
Well,
they're going to stop this.
oh, what happened there?
Our leading receiver for the year. Can you guess, Calvin? Let me give you the
T.Y.
answer.
Trammell.
Outside the call against Chambers.
I can imagine that because it's like Coach Allen told us Wednesday, that forward throw there
Yeah.
counts as a pass, and we talked about how that, you know, the quarterback was happy with that, but the person catching the ball wanted it to be a running play. But T.Y.'s had several of those runs this year, so I suspect those count as receiving yards.
Yeah, anything on those sweeps when he's running across and he pitches it underhand to him.
Yeah, that's a pass. That's forward pass.
Set to kick off for Chambers.
Conway gets the kick off. Nice kick down to about
Still
the
got
20.
down to the 20.
Cougars bring it out to close to the 40-yard line. Good return for the Cougars.
It'll be their best starting field position at the 40. Still seeking their first down.
And there's some great videos we got to see of Lafayette Heights and the youth group and the children's group. Thanks, Dave, for bringing those and sharing.
At the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, Crenshaw.
Cougars are under center, and quick handoff right up the middle. Busts out from the main group of players and picks up about a yard or two on that.
Number 22, Drake Mills on the carry for Crenshaw. On the tackle, number 55, Zach Bowsman. Play's going to pick up about 2 yards, bring up 2nd down at 8.
The Cougars are really slowing the pace down here of the game, letting that play clock get under 10 before they bring it to the line.
Barely made that one.
Handoff off the right side for the Cougars. Picks up about 3 on that one to bring up 3rd down and 5. Down to 8 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
Number 22, Drake Miles.
Rebels are up 26-0.
Play picks up a couple of yards, bring up 3rd down and 5.
Rebel defense is thinking, they're not used to this slower pace like that. They're chomping at a bit.
Get a breather.
Yeah. Pitch to McKinnon to the left side.
Oh, that's going to end badly.
Gavin Kite with the speed bottles him up in the backfield for a 5-yard loss.
Number 3, McKinnon on
J-Rod broke the 1,000-yard record. Just
tackle
we
made.
don't need to tell.
Number 21, Gavin Kite.
Yeah, Gavin Kite got shot out of a cannon right there and met him quickly.
Just outside of the 40-yard line.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for the Cougars.
Hey, Chad.
And we do have an official word, Chester, from the Rebel sidelines that Benbrook is now over 1,000 yards. Just had someone in the senior class come and tell us that, so we can tell you folks at home that are watching. We do have another 1,000-yard rusher here in Chambers history.
Good punt by the Cougars. Takes a Cougar bounce, and they're going to down it at the 25-yard line. We got a penalty on
I think it's going to be a block that took place kind of right at the time the punt was going dead.
I don't know who was involved in that.
You know, the coach should play the whistle blows, but the punt had basically rolled dead. So hold, okay. Well, at least it wasn't a personal foul.
Yeah, they get him for a holding on that call. So the ball is spotted at the 15.
Which brings up the worst field position that the Rebels have faced.
.654 left to go here in the second quarter.
Benbrook's at quarterback.
Hands off to T.Y. on the sweep,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
he has got the Jets cooking right there. One player to beat, and he's going down the sideline at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, that'll be an 85-yarder. I don't know how many yards he's got, but
big run for T.Y. Trammell. Pretty much one player touched his shoe at about the 45, and that was it.
wow, that was a pretty run. Something the coaches obviously saw, and they put Benbrook at quarterback for a little eye candy, and lured the defense in thinking he might be going to do a wildcat, and here comes T.Y.
Haley is on for the extra points for the Rebels.
T.Y. one of the fastest people on the team, although John White and Spud Conway can probably keep up.
Ooh,
well.
Bad snap, and Hendricks picks it up and tries to hit number 14, Burdette, but
that would have been interesting for Hunter. For a defensive player like Burdette to get a 2-point conversion.
Extra Chambers Academy Rebels 32, Crenshaw 0.
Chester, I suspect Monday's practice will be extra point kicking.
Probably so. Well, that is another Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown. So with 6:38 left to go in the second quarter, your Chambers Academy Rebels are up 32-0. So far in the first half, the Rebel offense is on cruise control.
Yeah, we've had 2 one-play drives, a 4-play drive, and I'm not sure how many the Benbrook touchdown, the last Benbrook touchdown was. That was a few plays. And Crenshaw has yet to have a first down.
Conway gets another decent kickoff and fielded at the 15. And the Cougars make a couple. Rebels miss and pushed out of bounds close to the 30-yard line.
Christian on the return for
last year we won down there by 21. That's really kind of deceptive because it was a very close game. Even if I remember at halftime it was maybe one score or it might have even been tied. I remember they got down, almost scored at the end of the first half, and I think they would have taken the lead had they scored. And the clock ran out, and so that was a very close game. And as we talked about earlier, both teams won a state championship after that game. This one's been entirely different.
Number 3, McKinnon on the handoff, and he is tackled in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss to bring up second down and 12.
They hold them without a first down here. You can say the defense is on cruise control as well.
Yeah. The defense seems to have an extra little, pep in their step tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Kyle Hand in on the tackle for the Rebels. Play will lose a yard. Bring up second.
Kyle Hand, another young man that will figure into next year's team.
Ball's on the ground.
Nobody seems to know it. I don't know what happened there. I guess it bounced back to him. I saw the ball hit the ground too, but it evidently went right back to him because there didn't seem to be any reaction by anybody.
Yeah. I think actually picked up a yard on that. Bring up third down and 10.
I believe it was number 2, Jake Lawrence, on the recovery for Crenshaw.
74, Ryan Smith checks in for Monkus. Ryan had our play of the game 2 weeks ago on that big sack.
Yeah, huge play down in Macon East.
Mm-hmm.
Quick handoff to McKinnon, looking for the edge.
He's going to make the tackle
back.
here. Yep.
And
Ryan Smith on the tackle.
And number 7, Ben Banks, involved in that as well. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Tackle made on the play by number 7, Ben Brooks, number 8, Hayden Hurst, and number 14, Hunter Burdette.
It was actually 74, Ryan Smith, instead of Hunter Burdette. I'm not sure Hunter was even in there. Not in there now, anyway, as the punt return team has come on.
Conway and White are back deep for the Rebels.
Chambers had 12 men, but got the 12th one off one time.
Ryan blocked.
Ryan got part of the punt,
and
didn't he?
It is picked up by number 24.
Ashton Chambers is going to score.
Chambers, touchdown, Rebels.
That's the kind of thing you like to see, Chester, for a senior defender.
Yeah.
Did Ryan Smith get that punt? I guess he did.
I think it actually came in low. The kicker kicked it, and it actually bounced off one of his.
Off of one of his own people. It didn't look like Ryan got it, but I couldn't see anybody else back there.
Yeah. Either way, touchdown Rebels.
Right now, Ashton has more touchdowns than his first cousin JoJo. Although JoJo's got a pass, I guess we can count that. But great night for Ashton. Great young man. All these kids are just super kids. I mean, Chester and I get to be around them a lot at practices and after games, and it just kind of makes you feel like the future of your country's kind of secure.
Yeah, looks like it pushed it to the left. Yeah, Ashton Chambers has really turned it on the second half of the season.
Yeah, kind of become the captain of the defense.
You know, I think one of his better games was that Valiant Cross game down there in Montgomery. He really stepped it up, so congratulations to him. Hey, while we got a second here, I want to remind everybody in the community, tomorrow, come on up to 5 Points Volunteer Fire Department and pick you up some good, famous 5 Points chicken. Some of the best around. So if you're running around tomorrow about 10:30, come up and get some of the best chicken in the area. You can actually stop and see me and David. We'll be up there with the rest of the crew from 5 Points Volunteer Fire Department. We appreciate y'all coming up and seeing us, getting your chicken plates.
Conway getting set to kick off.
Whoop. Oh, my goodness. Can't beat that dance down the 10.
And he is pushed out of bounds.
He really made something out of nothing there. He was struggling to pick the ball up on the 10, and he got, as sometimes happens, he got a pretty good return out of it.
Caleb Jones and number 52, Ryan Ford.
And also, we want to remind everyone to get your 30 for 30 gun tickets.
Yeah, that starts Monday, doesn't it?
Yep, starts November 1st is when they start drawing. 30 guns in 30 days. Stop in by the John Newman's down at John Newman's Feed and Seed and pick up your tickets. You can pick up those tickets anytime, and that'll be $25 a ticket, or you can get 5 for $100. Handoff goes to the right side, picks up about a yard or two on that.
On the carry for Crenshaw.
Chester was supposed to have 3 classes here tonight for our Rebel reunion, including mine, but the weather seems to have impacted that. I don't know if anybody will be here at halftime or not. I doubt I'll go out there by myself.
You should.
Stand on the 40 and say I've been here 40 years. You know, all my younger days, as I'm sure you and David both heard too, people talk about how fast time flies, and I would have never thought I'd been out of high school 40 years.
Wow.
You didn't have to take it like that.
I don't see you that old, so.
Well, I appreciate that compliment. Flag comes in from
Number 22, Drake Mills.
There's another one.
Well, there's another one.
We have a
Somebody
flag
kind
on the
of
plate.
got to mixing it there. That's unfortunate. Both these teams, I'm sure, are very well coached. But you just hard to put kids out there in situations where they're pushing each other around, and somebody says something about your mama, and there you go. But and here comes the crew chief with the call.
Flag will be against Chambers.
It's going to be marked off. It's going to be the first down for the Cougars.
Jake Owens checks in for the Rebels.
After the play, personal foul,
So that's 20 yards worth of penalties, one during the play, one after, and it'll be the first down for the Cougars as they are brushing up against midfield for the first time as well.
On their own 49-yard line.
Quick handoff, number 22 picks up about 3 on the play.
And with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, the Cougars have crossed midfield for the first time. So big tribute there to the Chambers defense.
Along with number 23, the Coon Dog, both in on the tackle. Play picks up about 3 yards.
That was Drake Mills on the carry for the Cougars.
A few of the younger kids getting into the game. Coon Dog getting a little action. I think he's a sophomore.
Hunter?
Yeah,
20, junior.
Hunter. Okay.
22 on the carry. Mills for
22
Cougars picks up a couple yards on that. It's going to
Crenshaw.
bring up about 3rd and 5.
Tackle made on the play by Cole Baker, Braxton Yerder, Coon Dog.
Correction, that's going to be
and
3rd and
number
6.
10, Kyle Hand.
Cole Baker just checked in on defense. Cole's the backup quarterback. So we are getting some folks with some playing time. It's 3rd down again.
Mills on the carry, tackled by number 51.
51 and 52.
That's Austin Brooks.
Number
And
22,
52, Ryan Ford.
Now they're
sophomores.
Austin Brooks on the tackle for the
So
Rebels.
beginning to hear a few names you'll hear next year. It's 4th and short. We are under a minute. Don't know what the Cougars might do here. They do have to run a play because there's about 21 more seconds on the game clock than there is on the play clock. Sure, the defense wants to preserve a shutout here, so they need to be sure they contain whatever happens.
And looking at this,
It's going to be
line,
close.
It's going to be close. Depends on left foot, right foot on this
Yep.
spot. And
First down, so that'll be 2 first downs by the Cougars, one by penalty, one by
First down, Crenshaw.
18 seconds left to go,
by progression.
and clock is
Clock
rolling.
will start, so that may kill the first half, or they may take a timeout and try to chunk it toward the end zone. They have not attempted a pass so far tonight. Does look like they're going to run a play. Whoa,
Number 22, Mills.
ran right into Ryan Smith. Excuse me, that's 76.
And that's going to be good.
Ran into Dylan Williams.
Dylan Williams.
Well, quite a first half. I'm going to leave it with y'all, Chester, and see if I can find any of my classmates down there. Maybe they parked their walkers where they could at least get down the steps. So.
Well, after 2 quarters of play, your Chambers Academy Rebels are up 38-0 against the Crenshaw Christian Cougars. So we are going to take a break for halftime, and we will leave the camera up for our halftime festivities, and maybe Calvin can find his classes that he is going to honor. Maybe they're here. So we'll enjoy the halftime show.
All right, y'all, let's get up on our feet for our varsity cheerleaders. UCA All-American, Bailey Allen. UCA All-American, Lindsay Fuller. UCA All-American and AISA All-Star, Kaylin Keebler. Gabby Lamb. Jordan Miles. Allison Knowles. Maddie Reese. UCA All-American and co-captain Natalie Lovelace. UCA All-American, AISA All-Star, and our captain, Claire Allen.
All right, now we're going to give it up for our Rebelettes. I'm also going to announce at this time, if you are here for one of our Rebel reunions that we do at halftime, please be making your way down to the field. We will introduce you guys right after the CA girls performance. So again, if you are here for a Rebel reunion, please make your way to the field. All right, CA girls, your music is on. You sold 2008. I got that stuck with me for a little bit. Sometimes we got to swap places. So, got Calvin Milford on the field tonight. See if he can take my job, and I'm going to take over some of this announcing. So we started this tradition around here at Chambers where every home game we try to invite back some of our graduates. So once every 5 years, each of our graduates is invited back and has a chance to attend a ball game and be out here with some of their classmates. We've had a lot of success. Some of our classes plan their class reunions around these events. And tonight we were going to recognize a couple of classes. Looks like we have some of our graduates from the class of 1981 here. We're going to give it up for one of our own teachers, Miss Regina Blair Barninger. And CA Sports Live announcer and alumni coordinator, Calvin Milford. Thank you guys for attending your Rebel reunion for the class of 1981, and we hope to see you back in a couple of years. You're always welcome before that, but we know you two will be around. Apparently I'm good enough they keep me in this business, so we're going to announce the cake winners now.
Church mother in a church hat clap. Man, that sugar gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming, now the drummer finna burst in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close, sweater, you don't care, you just get it.
And we are back live with you here after the halftime festivities. I managed to hobble down on the field and hobble back up the steps, and I have got my heart rate back down where I can talk, I think. So we're a minute and a half out. The teams are just now taking the field, so the officials will probably add a little time. And Chester, I have to say this is the most complete game we've maybe seen this year.
Yeah, the defense was just incredibly stout there in the first quarter, limiting I don't think the Cougars got a first down until later in the second quarter.
Yeah, got one on penalty and then got one on their own.
Yeah, and by that time they had some sophomores and stuff in there on defense, and they started putting a drive together late in the first half there, but they ran out of time. And so the Rebels are up 38-0. A complete showing on the offense. Hendricks hitting John White going down the side. That was a beautiful pitch and catch by them two, right over the outstretched fingers of the defender. And
T.Y. on an 85-yard run.
Yeah.
Jordan Bittenbrook goes over 1,000 yards. All kind of little stories here.
Yeah, the offense was clicking and coming together, gelling together. The chemistry's looking good. Everything was clicking, so that's the right timing of the year for that to come together. And kids just look like they're having fun out there on senior night.
Yeah. And folks, lest you think this is a cupcake game, this team has really only lost one game all season. They had a forfeit early in the year against Pike, and they really only lost one game on the field, and that was at Lowndes. So, I mean, you know, I don't feel like, in fact, I felt a little bit like coming in tonight, this might be a trap game in a way, because you got a team that's defending champ, and they ended up finishing second in the region, so they got a little chip on the shoulder. And but it's been one of those games that's just from the opening whistle when we held them without a first down, got the ball, and 4 plays later in the end zone, and it's been the only thing you can really complain about if you're Coach Allen is the kicking game has struggled.
Yeah, the special teams is, they even scored on the block punt and scoop by Ashton Chambers. So yeah, complete game all around so far for the Rebels, and it's looking good out there. And a lot of good things are happening as we get ready for next week, going into the first round of the playoffs. Rebels will host Wilcox, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, we'll host Wilcox here. And
we hope to have a special guest commentator for that game. We're not going to tell you who it is because things can always change, but we think we'll have a lot of fun with the person that's going to help us next week if it works out.
Yeah, and so just some information across the 2A class. So Chambers will host Wilcox. Escambia will host Edgewood. And I think Dave has that graphic we can look at on the screen.
Yeah, we got about a minute and a half, so let's talk playoffs.
Yeah. So Escambia is going to host Edgewood. Autauga is going to host Banks. The Rebels just played last week up in Mountain Brook. And Macon East is at home, and they're going to host Patrician.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, so there is your Class 2A playoff lineup starting next week, and it should be a fun time there in Class 2A. And Calvin, we'll do some predictions later.
You had the first round with 4 East teams against 4 West teams last year. 3 of the 4 East teams won in the first round, which was kind of an upset. And of course, then you had the West champ Escambia and the East champ Chambers in the championship game. But after the first week, Escambia was the only West team left standing.
Well, and also, just for put some perspective to this game, Crenshaw will be hosting South Choctaw next week. So
kick
goes right out of bounds, barely. So that's going to be a penalty on that.
A little afraid that was going to die there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Crenshaw is going to be hosting South Choctaw next week, starting their single A playoffs. So AISA playoffs will start next week, so exciting time. The goal is to get down to the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, where they're going to be having the state playoffs again this year.
You know, we did 19 years at Troy, and those were fun years, even though we didn't have the best of luck sometimes down there. But that stadium's so big, and Crampton Bowl just has more of a
homey feel.
A homey feel to it, and it was really a good venue last year, and I was glad the AISA worked out for to use the football facility. They already use volleyball and basketball facilities, so it just seemed to be a natural marriage to use football as well.
Conveniently located, too. So handoff goes right up the middle to T.Y. Trammell. Jordan Benbrook is in there quarterback.
Number 1, T.Y. Trammell on the carry.
T.Y. picked up 5 on that, so it's 2nd down and 5 for the Rebels.
Number 52, Tony, along with number 22, Mills, in on the tackle.
Conway comes out and T.Y. come out.
Number 5, Tyson Hewitt checks in for
JoJo's over here at receiver. It's kind of a unique situation. He's going to go out and block.
And he's got a lane, and Tyson's going down the sidelines, and he's tackled out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, Tester, I've seen we've been watching this young man all year come in relief situations like Jordan Benbrook used to do, and we're going to see a lot of fun times with young Mr. Hewitt at running back. He's got good speed. He's got good vision of the field. Follows his blocks well.
First down, Chambers.
It's going to be fun calling out Tyson Hewitt's name, just as it's been fun calling out Jordan Benbrook and T.Y. Trammell. So.
Yep, and actually they're going to spot him at the 20-yard line. Rebels are right on the edge of the red zone.
Getting almost a wholesale exchange of personnel at this point. Hewitt will stay in the backfield. Cole Baker comes in at quarterback. And Luke Tarver, another name we'll be calling a lot, also in the backfield. Baker's going to keep it.
Number 3, Cole Baker, in at quarterback, takes it straight up the middle on the quarterback keeper.
Gets about 3.
Play picks up about 3 yards, brings up 2nd down and 7. On the tackle for Crenshaw, number 60, Cam Mothershed.
Most of the crowd's still here, but it surely is quiet.
Yeah, it's kind of eerily quiet.
Yeah, it's almost like it was at Banks last week. Whoop, Ben Banks. Speaking of Banks, almost get it some completion there from Cole Baker. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Down marker says.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Well, that's got to be 3rd because Cole got a carry on first, and that was an incomplete pass.
Junior tables, peanuts.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Yep.
So if you're seeing this on television at home, it says 2nd down. That is incorrect.
Scoreboard is correct at 3rd.
Yeah, the scoreboard is right, but the clock is running as we thought it might be.
Hand off to Hewitt, and he's turned the Jets on, cuts back across the middle, and touchdown Rebels.
Told you he was going to be fun to watch.
Oh, he is.
Number 5, Tyson Hughes.
And that is a Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown.
For the Rebel touchdown.
He's got a lot of combination of size and speed that you like to see. You don't mind running him in a tough short yardage situation, and you don't mind trying to pick up a long yardage. Well, apparently that ain't gonna count. Oh well.
Oh.
Nice job, Tyson. Sorry it got called back, but we'll brag on you, I'm sure, some more.
Penalty call against the Rebels. Replay 3rd down.
Tough 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Was that a procedure call? Too many men in the backfield?
It was a formation problem. Well, Cole's going to throw it.
Drops back and picked off. Falls on the ground and recovered by the Rebels.
Yeah, that's going to be I think it's going to be an interception and a fumble.
Pass
Yeah.
is intercepted.
Because he made
Good
three.
fumble
He made about 3
by
steps and
Crenshaw.
fumbled, and Chambers recovered it.
recovered by Chambers Academy.
Yep.
That's
First down, Chambers.
one way to get a first down.
Yeah. That was
Maybe the most unusual first down of the season.
number 7, Ben Banks, recovered that for the Rebels. They spot the ball at the 15.
Yep. Picked up about 4 yards on 3rd and 12 and got a first down. Situation I think that happened there, Chester, where the young man that made the interception was seeing all open field and didn't secure the ball.
Baker's going to tuck this one and go into the right side, get a couple blocks, and he is pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. It's enough for a Rebels first down.
First and goal.
Takes it around right in. He will be marked down at about the 3-yard line. First and goal, Chambers.
Well, Hunter Burdette goes in on offense. That's unusual. So they're going to try to get Hunter a touchdown. He almost got a 2-point conversion.
Hand off to Burdette off the
Yeah,
right
look at that,
side,
he
and he
scored.
is in. Touchdown, Rebels.
Number 14, Hunter
one-
Burnett on the
One for him to remember. His last regular season game was a senior. Got a touchdown.
And that's a Ricky Elliott and Associates touchdown.
So sort of a modified running clock because they did stop the clock for the extra point. Sometimes you see a lot of actual game time wasted on these extra points. I can't say that I object to them doing that because you walk out there and you.
Another low snap. Hendricks pitches it underhand to Burdette, and the ball squirts out.
And the extra point is no good. With
Wow.
5:14 to go in the third quarter. It's your Chambers Academy
Yeah,
Rebels.
we're
44. Crenshaw, 0.
Burdette a little shaken up on that play. I think he's okay. That's one of the scary things about doing those little fiddly things at the end of the game. But one of the reasons for the running clock as well. But I think he's fine. And it's once again, it's pretty certain we're going to be working on extra point kicks.
Hey, that's
on
a
Monday.
That's right. And that's a Ricky Elliott Associates insurance touchdown. Now part of the Star Insurance Group with offices like Auburn, Montgomery, and Greenville. Insuring businesses, homes, Florida, and auto, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and North Carolina. Supporting Chambers Academy Rebels 1980. Go Rebels. Thank you, Ricky Elliott.
Rebels 7 touchdown. Rebels 2 extra points.
Yes, and a little ball out there. Not getting a good grip on it. So yeah, that'll be a focus of practice next week. Here comes Bud Conway kicking the ball off. Right off the fingertips of the Cougar, and he's going to down it at about the 17-yard line.
And the clock begins to run again.
Recovery for Crenshaw. And the ball will be marked around the 15-yard line.
Chester, I only see one senior out there right now. So
Crenshaw.
this is basically next year's team.
Yep. I think number 7 Banks is.
Yeah, Ben Banks is the only senior out there. Dylan Williams is out there. Well, no, Dylan's not a senior though.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Cougars under center, ball's on the ground. And scooped up.
Had a lot of exchange problems tonight, which for the last game of the year is a little unusual.
Lose a couple of yards.
We'd also like to thank our game sponsor tonight, Lafayette Heights Baptist Church. Lafayette Heights extends an invitation to everyone to worship with us at any of our regular scheduled services. Sunday schedule begins with Sunday school at 9:30 and morning worship service is at 10:45. Sunday night, the Awanas Clubs and Discipleships group meet at 5 and evening worship at 6. Wednesday, Team Kids, Youth Group, and prayer meeting all start at 6:30 p.m. We hope to see you soon. Hand off to number 22 off the right side, met by number 35, Caleb Jones, it looks like, on the tackle.
Maybe a 1-yard gain on the play, brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 for the Cougars.
Just as worth noting that just last week, Crenshaw beat Edgewood 38-33. The week before that, it was 49-0 over Abbeville. So this is not, as I said earlier, this is not a cupcake game at all. This team that scored almost 90 points in the last 2 weeks is hardly scratching yardage at all.
Yeah. Goes to number 22, Drake Mills.
Yeah, Drake Mills on the carry, number 22, met by number 51. That is Austin Brooks in the backfield. First Rebel in there. 4th down and 9 for the Cougars.
4th down and 9, Crenshaw.
And Ben Banks is back right at the 50 to receive the punt.
So far, the Rebel defense has gotten about 3 hurries on the punter and 1 block.
Yeah. Clean snap.
Yeah, much better punt. Fielded at the 47.
Oh, he caught that on the run.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, he slipped down.
Lost his footing right at the 37-yard line.
He had it in gear, and
he was ready to roll right there.
He returns the ball down inside the Crenshaw 40.
Hayden Hurst was out there on that play.
37.
Yeah, he had about
First down,
maybe 2 guys to beat on that right side. But
Banks remains in the game. Still looking for other seniors out there. I don't know that I see any. Still looking, though.
Cole Baker leads the offense at quarterback.
Trying to see who the center is. 54.
And that is John Ramirez.
He's a senior, so we do have 2 seniors out there.
Hand off to number 23.
He's marked down around the 32-yard line.
You know, center's always a very important position in your offense, and we've been blessed to have some really good centers.
4 yards, bring up 2nd down and 6.
But both centers so far have been seniors, so it'll be interesting to see who next year's center will be. That's going to get us to the end of the quarter.
And we'd like to take this time to check out the Lafayette Youth Group, Lafayette Heights Baptist Youth Group.
And that's the end of your 3rd quarter with your
church mother in a church hat clap. Man, that sugar gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming, now the drummer finna burst in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close, sweater, you don't care, you just get it now.
So he's one runs to the hill.
Kind of looking forward to doing a wish this year away. We've got a lot of good football left, but it's going to be fun having him in the backfield.
First down, Chambers.
You know, I guess it's got to be discouraging if you're Chambers' opponent and you get Benbrook and Trammell out of the game, and the guy that comes in is as good as they are.
Yep, they're just reloading back there.
Got Coondog in the backfield now.
Off to the right side for a pickup of
Handoff goes
about
to
1 yard.
23 Coondog.
Worth noting that Hunter Harmon, who everybody calls Coondog, is wearing a jersey that Holden Messer.
And they're going to say the play goes for no gain.
Wore.
Second down and 10.
He and Holden were the very best of friends, and he's honoring Holden, who everybody called B. He's honoring B tonight by wearing his jersey. So he's done that a time or two this year, and including tonight.
Number 3, Cole Baker on the carry.
Pickup of about 4 on that
Number
by
9,
Baker.
Dalton Jordan on the tackle for Crenshaw. Play picks up about 5 yards, brings up third down and 5.
We don't get Quiz well, we got to figure out something.
Baker's got 2 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. Harmon in the backfield to his left. We hand off. Harmon cuts it back in the middle. And he's going to be about a yard
Handoff
short
goes to Coondog around right end, cuts
of the
back,
first down.
Yep.
picks up about 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4
Well, you know, you look like you're running up the score down here, but you're not going to punt. Might not hurt to try a field goal.
Yeah, get some
Just
practice
kicking
in.
experience. Cole's letting the play clock run down.
Another handoff to Harmon. Gets his feet underneath him, and there's a flag on the play.
Ooh, everybody, whatever happened. I think 2 things happened there. I'm not sure what
There was
either
quite a
one of
few,
them
yeah.
were. Sure did a lot of flags come in there for it to be just one penalty. I guess everybody saw it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to bring up 4th and 11. Or 9 or something. Yes, from the spot of the foul, so it's 4th and 9. He had already picked up the first down when the holding took place. Just got a message just that says how much are the barbecue plates this year.
Oh, $10. $10. Come up and pick them up. It's first come, first serve up at the 5 Points Volunteer Fire Department. Starting at 10 o'clock, and we will serve them until they're all gone.
They sell that quick, too, because I went up there last year, and after we kind of drug our feet, Chester and Data standing there counting their money, but they didn't have any chicken left.
Baker's handoff goes to Kundo.
Ball goes over on downs.
He's going to be marked down at about the 14.
Kind of a shame that Hunter lost that touchdown. I remember he got a touchdown in
And that's going to turn the ball
kind of
over
a jamboree game we had early in the year. But he'll get some more. He's got another year to play. So Crenshaw gets the ball deep in their own territory. Got about a half a quarter left. What did we decide a half a quarter was last year? An octave?
An octave, yeah. About 6 minutes and 30 seconds on a rolling clock.
Oh, that's
that was a dangerous
he ran right
pitch.
into the teeth of the defense there.
Tackle made by number 10, Kyle Hand.
And now goes to number 22, Drake Mills.
And we also want to remind folks to make sure you get your 30 for 30 gun tickets through Chambers Academy. Tickets are $25 a piece, or you can get 5 tickets for $100. Drawing start Monday, November 1st, but you can still pick your tickets up down at Newman's Feed and Seed, or stop by and see Jason Allen. He'll be happy to take care of you on some gun tickets. It's a good fundraiser and a great opportunity to pick up some guns. Handoff right up the middle.
It's a nice tackle by 76. Dylan Williams. Don't forget, folks, this is a home game, so we will have our post game immediately following. We'll go down and film it and then post it, so keep an eye out for it on our channel. And that'll be like that the rest of the year, because we're at home as long as we keep winning at this point. Becomes a series of one-game seasons. There's no guarantee of anything past next week. If you remember, just 2 years ago, we had a opening round game here against the 4 seed from the other side. They only won 2 games, and they almost beat us.
Yep. Everyone starts the season fresh next week, so. Number 22, Mills on the carry for the Cougars. Picks up.
It's going to be right at a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be close to.
It is a first down. They're moving the chains.
Austin Brooks on the tackle for the Rebels.
Brooks on the tackle for the Rebels. So first down and 10 with the Cougars. 4:27 left to go here in the game.
Still going to have some colorful nicknames next year, Chester. We got Coon Dog, and Austin Brooks is Big Red.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to lose the nicknames around here. You got J Rod, Spud, and, you know.
Got Big Red and Coon Dog.
Oh yeah.
$1.
And their quick handoff to number 22, Mills, met by a host of Rebels over there.
Big Red famous for us almost having to get another cameraman due to a game of Red Rover.
Yeah.
Big Red Rover.
It was Big Red Rover, according to David.
And that was 51 Brooks again there on the tackle. We're glad he didn't take out the cameraman completely.
Yeah, Chester and I would be like one-arm paper hangers at that point. Under 3.5 minutes.
Mills on the carry again for a flag coming in from way back deep.
On the tackle, number 51, Austin Brooks.
Yep.
And number 75, Orion Trammell. We have a flag on the play.
5-yard face mask. I believe that was on John Ramirez. That's who he was talking to.
Face mask called against Crenshaw. The resulting yards from the penalty.
John and Ben Banks remain in the game as seniors, along with number 35, Jones.
I think one of the hardest things, Calvin, is that we're now finally getting to remember the numbers and the names, and it's all going to change next year.
Got 3 games or less left, so.
Number 22 on the handoff.
I hope it's not any less than 3. And we don't have a 2-minute warning in high school, but we have hit the 2-minute mark.
Austin Brooks, along with
I know once I get comfortable with the names and numbers, it's end of the season. So.
Well, looks like Rebels are done for the night at 44 points. $90 seconds remaining for the Cougars to put something up on the scoreboard.
Second down and 8 play.
Tackle was by 51.
Brooks again. Brooks has been
number 22, Drake
making a name for himself this evening.
Yeah.
Tackle made by number 51.
He is sniffing that play out and making the tackles. The defensive line is growing with confidence throughout the year, and they had a great showing tonight, shutting out the Cougars from Crenshaw. All around a great performance here on senior night here in Lafayette.
Shot of Coach Garrett. He's walking off ahead at home. It looks like he's got on one of those hats that the Russians used to wear back during the Cold War. And he's got his cap on top of it.
Tackle made on the
that was
number 23, Coondog.
Yeah, that was Mills on the carry, tackled by Hunter Harmon. Yeah, it looks like he's hanging out in Moscow.
Yeah. Either that or got on a very bad toupee. All right, we're under 10, and they're going to elect not to run another play. So season ends at 9 wins, 1 loss. Just to these seniors, I counted it up. In 4 years, and some of them have been playing 4 years, they are now 45-4.
Wow, great record.
Please look around your area, and if you see some trash or something, help us get it up here to the
well, a great evening here in Lafayette, Alabama, with the Chambers Academy Rebels taking this one 44-0 against the Crenshaw Cougars. We wish them a safe drive back down to Laverne on this dreary and drizzly evening.
Yeah, not a bad drive, just a long drive.
Yeah.
And the Cougars will go home and take on,
great job,
who'd you say?
That was South Choctaw.
South Choctaw. We just talked about South Choctaw earlier about the upset that we undertook.
Pads on. Let's give a big hand for
and here come the Rebels to sing the fight song for the crowd as the senior parents make their way down to the sidelines to congratulate their seniors. Coach Allen beckoning the team to come on, let's sing. Again, we'll be heading to the locker room. Not to spoil the fun, but our offensive player of the game is going to be the offense. Our defensive player of the game is going to be the defense. We're going to interview all of our guys tonight. And we'll alleviate suspense on the play of the game. We're going to have a lot of interviews, a lot of fun. These are great kids, and they all deserve a chance to talk a little. Here they go.
All right, one last time, let's have a big hand for our Rebels. As next week we'll be heading into the playoffs.
And that'll be it tonight for our live broadcast, Chester.
Right here from Torbert,
We'll head on
Allen
down
Field.
to the field house and see if we can have some fun with some of the kids as we finish up with a great victory here, 44-0 over the Cougars. A lot of difference between now and 3 years ago when we had a real toe-to-toe battle with them for a state championship. But both programs still in good shape, and both of them going to the playoffs with a home playoff game. So, folks, hang on. Keep your eye on your YouTube channel, and you'll see a little thing pop up that says we posted our post game, and you can enjoy those interviews.
We will catch you guys after we take care of this, and have a good evening.